Do you know why only 1 in 4 Americans actually makes it to 85, even though we have access to some of the best healthcare in the world? I'm going to reveal 5 hidden mistakes that silently steal years from your life. Mistakes your doctor probably hasn't warned you about because they seem too simple to matter. And here's what might shock you. One of these mistakes is something you're probably doing right now as you watch this video. And research shows it increases your risk of early death by 40%. Stay with me because what I'm about to share could genuinely add years to your life starting today. Kenneth, 78, from Georgia, did everything his doctor told him. He took his daily vitamins, watched his cholesterol, and got his annual checkups religiously. But he died suddenly from a massive heart attack 3 years ago. And his daughter later discovered that 5 simple daily habits he completely ignored were slowly destroying his cardiovascular system while everyone focused only on his prescription compliance and lab numbers. Mistake 1. Sitting more than 6 hours daily. Are you sitting down right now thinking that your daily 30-minute walk is enough exercise to keep you healthy? Here's something that might surprise you. Research published in the American Journal of Epidemiology and confirmed through extensive Mayo Clinic studies shows that sitting more than 6 hours daily increases your risk of early death by 40%, even if you exercise regularly. The problem isn't that you're not exercising enough. The problem is that prolonged sitting fundamentally changes how your body processes fats and sugars, regardless of how much you move during other parts of your day. When you sit for extended periods, your muscles essentially shut down their metabolic activity, your blood sugar regulation becomes impaired, dangerous inflammation increases throughout your body, and your cardiovascular system begins working less efficiently with every passing hour. Think about your typical day for a moment. You probably sit during breakfast, sit while reading the morning paper or watching the news, sit during lunch, sit while watching your afternoon shows, sit during dinner, and sit through your evening programs. Add up those hours honestly, and most seniors are shocked to realize they're sitting 10 to 12 hours daily without even thinking about it. Your body wasn't designed for this kind of prolonged stillness. When you sit for more than 45 minutes at a stretch, your leg muscles stop contracting, blood pools in your lower extremities instead of circulating properly, your metabolic rate drops to near sleeping levels, and harmful biochemical changes begin occurring in your bloodstream that directly increase your heart disease and diabetes risk. Gladys, 73, from Wisconsin, walked 3 miles every single morning and felt proud of her commitment to fitness. But she spent the remaining 20 hours of each day sitting, reading mystery novels, watching television, working on jigsaw puzzles, and eating all her meals at the table. During a routine checkup, her doctor discovered dangerously elevated blood sugar levels and concerning inflammation markers despite her excellent walking routine. The culprit wasn't what she was doing during her walks. It was what she was doing during the rest of her day. Here's your immediate solution, and it's simpler than you might think. Set a timer on your phone or kitchen clock for every 45 minutes throughout your day. When that timer goes off, stand up for just 2 minutes. Walk to the kitchen and back, do some light arm circles or leg lifts, stand while folding laundry or sorting mail, or simply stand in place while continuing to watch your show. You don't need to do jumping jacks or break a sweat. You just need to break up the sitting and get your muscles contracting again, your blood moving, and your metabolism reactivated. Every hour you sit beyond 6 hours daily is accelerating muscle loss, increasing inflammation, raising blood pressure, and dramatically elevating your heart disease risk. Your body is aging faster right now while you sit. Start breaking up your sitting time today. Mistake 2. Ignoring your dental health. When was the last time you actually flossed your teeth? And did you know that this simple habit could literally determine whether you reach 85? Johns Hopkins Medicine and the American Heart Association have documented something that most seniors don't realize. Severe gum disease increases your risk of heart attack and stroke by 200 to 300%. This isn't just a correlation. Scientists have identified the specific mechanism. Oral bacteria from infected gums enter your bloodstream every time you chew food or brush your teeth. And those bacteria travel directly to your heart and brain, where they trigger inflammation, contribute to arterial plaque formation, and significantly increase your risk of cardiovascular events. Your mouth is a direct gateway to your bloodstream, and infected gums are essentially pumping dangerous bacteria into your cardiovascular system multiple times every single day. Most seniors dismiss bleeding gums as normal or unimportant, but bleeding is your body's way of telling you that infection is present and bacteria are entering your bloodstream. When you see blood on your toothbrush or dental floss, that's not just a gum problem. That's a cardiovascular problem in its early stages. The bacteria from gum disease don't stay in your mouth. They travel through your bloodstream, attach to fatty plaques in your arteries, trigger immune responses that cause inflammation and clotting, and directly contribute to the arterial blockages that cause heart attacks and strokes. Studies tracking seniors over decades have shown that those with healthy gums live significantly longer than those with gum disease, even when controlling for all other health factors. Sherman, 70, from Minnesota, avoided dental appointments for 5 years because his teeth didn't hurt and money was tight. When he finally went for a cleaning after his daughter kept nagging him, the dentist found advanced gum disease with deep pockets of infection. 6 months later, Sherman had a minor stroke that left him with permanent weakness on his left side. His cardiologist ran specific tests and found oral bacteria in Sherman's bloodstream, the same bacteria from his gum disease, and explained that this infection likely contributed directly to his stroke. Here's what you need to do starting tonight. Floss your teeth every single evening before bed. Just once daily makes a massive, measurable difference in reducing oral bacteria and protecting your heart. It takes 2 minutes, costs almost nothing, and could add years to your life. Second, schedule a professional dental cleaning every 6 months without exception, even if you have to budget carefully to afford it. Those cleanings remove bacterial buildup that your home brushing cannot reach. Gum disease takes years to develop, but only weeks to enter your bloodstream and begin damaging your heart and brain. Start flossing tonight. Mistake 3, chronic dehydration. If you're waiting until you feel thirsty to drink water, you're already dangerously dehydrated, and here's why that matters more after 60. Harvard Medical School research confirms that seniors lose their natural thirst sensation as they age, meaning your body stops sending reliable signals when it needs water. Chronic mild dehydration increases your fall risk by 30%, accelerates kidney damage by 50%, and significantly speeds up cognitive decline and confusion. When your body doesn't have enough fluid, your blood becomes thicker and harder to pump. Your blood pressure becomes unstable, causing dangerous dizziness. Your kidneys struggle to filter waste products. Your brain doesn't get adequate oxygen, and your muscles lose the fluid they need to contract properly. Every system in your body depends on adequate hydration, and most seniors are walking around in a constant state of dehydration without even realizing it. Here's what happens in your body when you're chronically dehydrated. Your blood volume decreases, forcing your heart to work much harder to circulate oxygen to your organs. Your blood pressure regulation becomes erratic, sometimes too high when you're sitting, sometimes dangerously low when you stand up, causing the dizziness that leads to falls. Your kidneys cannot efficiently flush out toxins, allowing waste products to build up in your bloodstream and further strain your cardiovascular system. Your brain tissue actually shrinks slightly without adequate hydration, impairing your thinking, memory, and balance. Most concerning for seniors, dehydration causes confusion that's often mistaken for dementia or dismissed as normal aging, when it's actually a completely fixable fluid problem. Lorraine, 76, from Arizona, kept getting dizzy spells and episodes of confusion that terrified her adult children. She fell twice in 3 months, once hitting her head hard enough to require stitches. Her doctor ran extensive tests looking for neurological problems, but the answer turned out to be surprisingly simple. Lorraine was drinking less than 3 cups of total fluid daily. Her body was chronically dehydrated, her blood pressure was swinging wildly, and her brain wasn't getting consistent oxygen flow. Within 2 weeks of proper hydration, her dizziness stopped completely and her thinking cleared dramatically. Here's your simple solution that starts tomorrow morning. Fill a 64-ounce pitcher with water first thing when you wake up. Add some lemon slices if you want flavor, and make it your goal to empty that entire pitcher before you go to bed. Keep it on your kitchen counter where you'll see it constantly. Drink a full glass with every meal. Drink a glass mid-morning and mid-afternoon, and drink a glass during your evening TV time. If you're finishing that pitcher daily, you're properly hydrated. Your kidneys are struggling right now. If you're not drinking enough, your blood is too thick, and your brain isn't getting the oxygen it needs. Start hydrating properly today. Mistake 4. Allowing muscle loss after 65. Are you avoiding strength training because you think lifting weights is only for younger people or athletes who want big muscles? The National Institute on Aging has documented that adults over 65 lose between 3 and 5% of their muscle mass every single decade without resistance training. And this progressive muscle loss is the primary driver of falls, hip fractures, loss of independence, nursing home admission, and significantly increased mortality risk. This isn't about vanity or looking muscular. This is about maintaining the functional strength you need to get up from the toilet without help, climb stairs safely, catch yourself when you trip, carry your groceries, and live independently. Every pound of muscle you lose makes every daily activity harder and more dangerous. And once you lose enough leg strength to require assistance with basic movements, your risk of early death increases dramatically. Your muscles don't just move your body, they also regulate your blood sugar, maintain your metabolic rate, protect your joints and bones from injury, and preserve your balance and coordination. When you lose muscle mass, your blood sugar regulation becomes impaired. Even if you eat the same diet, your metabolism slows down, making weight control much harder. Your joints become vulnerable because muscles aren't supporting them properly. And your balance deteriorates, putting you at high risk for the kind of falls that end in dependence. The medical research is absolutely clear. Seniors who maintain muscle strength through regular resistance training live longer, stay independent longer, have better cognitive function, and report substantially higher quality of life compared to seniors who allow muscle loss to progress unchecked. Calvin, 74, from Oregon, struggled to get up from his favorite chair without pushing hard with both arms, and his legs shook when he climbed the stairs to his bedroom. After years of only doing light walking, his leg muscles had atrophied to the point where basic movements were becoming difficult. His daughter bought him a set of resistance bands and found some simple chair exercises online. After just 3 months of doing 10-minute resistance workouts 3 mornings per week, Calvin regained enough leg strength to stand easily from any chair and climb stairs confidently without holding the railing. Here's what you're going to do this week. Buy a set of resistance bands. They cost less than $20 at any sporting goods store or online. Find a simple senior resistance training video on YouTube, or ask a physical therapist for 3 basic exercises. Do just 10 minutes of simple arm and leg resistance, work 3 mornings per week while you're watching the morning news. You're not training for a bodybuilding competition. You're rebuilding the functional strength that keeps you independent and alive. You're losing muscle mass right now as you age, and every month without strength training means weaker legs, higher fall risk, and closer proximity to losing your independence. Start rebuilding your strength this week before you lose capabilities you'll never regain. Mistake 5. Dismissing minor symptoms. How many times have you ignored persistent heartburn, unexplained fatigue, occasional dizziness, or other nagging symptoms by telling yourself it's just part of getting older? The Cleveland Clinic reports that seniors who dismiss minor persistent symptoms and delay seeking medical evaluation are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with advanced stage diseases that could have been easily treated if caught early. Your body doesn't send you dramatic warning signals when something is starting to go wrong. It sends you subtle, persistent signals that most people brush off as insignificant or normal aging. That chronic indigestion might be early heart disease. That persistent fatigue might be diabetes or thyroid problems. That occasional dizziness might be dangerous blood pressure issues or heart rhythm problems. Minor symptoms that persist beyond 2 weeks are your early warning system, and ignoring them allows treatable conditions to progress into life-threatening emergencies. The difference between catching a health problem early versus late is often the difference between simple treatment and serious disability or death. Early-stage heart disease can be managed with lifestyle changes and monitoring. Advanced heart disease requires invasive procedures or results in heart attacks. Early diabetes can be controlled with diet modifications. Advanced diabetes causes blindness, kidney failure, and amputations. Early cancer is often completely curable. Late-stage cancer is frequently fatal. The pattern is consistent across virtually all major diseases. Early detection means better outcomes, longer survival, and better quality of life. But early detection only happens when you pay attention to minor symptoms and get them evaluated before they become major problems. Horace, 71, from Pennsylvania, experienced persistent indigestion and mild chest discomfort for 8 months, but dismissed it as acid reflux from eating too much fried food. When he finally mentioned it casually to his doctor during a routine appointment, his physician immediately ordered cardiac tests that revealed significant coronary artery disease requiring urgent intervention. The cardiologist told Horace bluntly that if he had waited even 3 more months without treatment, he very likely would have had a major heart attack. Those 8 months of ignored symptoms were 8 months of progressive arterial blockage that nearly killed him. Here's your action plan starting today. Get a small notebook and write down any symptom that persists for more than 2 weeks. Fatigue, pain anywhere in your body, digestive issues, dizziness, changes in vision or hearing, anything that feels different or wrong. Then, schedule a doctor appointment specifically to discuss these symptoms, even if they seem minor. Don't mention them casually at the end of a visit for something else. Make them the primary focus of an appointment so your doctor takes them seriously and orders appropriate tests. That symptom you've been dismissing for months could be an early warning sign of something serious that's still easily treatable right now. Call your doctor this week. You've just learned the 5 hidden mistakes that prevent most Americans from reaching 85. Sitting too much throughout your day, ignoring the dental health that directly impacts your cardiovascular system, chronic dehydration that silently ages every organ in your body, allowing critical muscle loss that eventually steals your independence, and dismissing persistent symptoms that are actually early warnings of serious conditions. Every single one of these mistakes is completely reversible starting today with simple daily actions. Standing every 45 minutes, flossing every night, drinking 64 ounces of water daily, doing basic resistance exercises 3 times weekly, and paying attention to your body's warning signals. Thousands of seniors are adding healthy years to their lives right now by fixing these exact mistakes. Which of these 5 mistakes have you been making without realizing how dangerous it was? Tell me honestly in the comments, because your answer might help another senior recognize their own hidden risk and take action. If this video opened your eyes to dangers you didn't know about, hit that like button so YouTube recommends this information to other seniors who desperately need to see it. Subscribe for weekly videos that reveal the health truths most doctors don't have time to explain during rushed appointments. Most importantly, share this with every senior you care about. You could literally be adding years to their life by showing them these 5 completely fixable mistakes. Which mistake will you fix first? I'll see you in the next video.